Some of the most common questions I get around this late into a Tarkov wipe are, is it a bad time to start playing Tarkov? And should I wait until a wipe to hop into Escape from Tarkov? And honestly, I have quite a few thoughts around this. So if you're someone that's thinking about hopping into Tarkov, stick around and I'll explain why I think starting now is actually one of the best things you can do. First, if you're new to Escape from Tarkov, we have to define what a wipe is. The short version is every 6 months or so, there's no hard dates, that's just kind of how it ends up being, the game wipes your account. That means everything you collect gets deleted, your character goes back to level 1, and all of your progress gets reset. It's basically like you bought the game fresh. So a lot of people think it's pretty obvious that you don't want to start towards the end of the wipe because you're really close to everything getting deleted anyway. What's the point? Well, in my opinion, there's actually a lot more to it than that. The learning curve in Escape from Tarkov is basically a brick wall. There are so many systems and menus and intricacies in this game. The game itself only shows you about 20% of the information that you need to know, and the rest is learned from reading novels on the wiki or watching hour-long YouTube guides or just learning things the hard way in-game. And while you are learning all of this information, chances are you are dying a lot. And in Tarkov, when you die, all the gear you have on, you lose forever. And you only have a limited amount of gear and money when you start, so as you are dying and learning all of these things, you are slowly losing all of your starting cash and gear. It can be really easy as a new player to just feel like the game is too hard, especially after a wipe. You look at your PMC and you have nothing left and you're just doing scav runs and you see everyone around you progressing super fast. Additionally, so much of the learning curve to this game has nothing to do with skill. If you have god-tier aim but didn't know that you needed to bring extra ammo, or don't know the difference between a heavy bleed or a light bleed, or just don't know where the extracts are, then that aim doesn't really matter. These are the things that are crucial to learning so that you can have fun in Tarkov, but these are also things that you can learn at any time in a wipe. This is where I think starting at the end of the wipe can actually help. Now, this definitely does require an expectation shift. You need to know what you're getting yourself into, and you need to go into the game with the right expectations and with the right mindset of trying to learn as much as possible and not so much trying to be proficient. There are definitely downsides to starting late. Generally, as a wipe progresses, more and more casual players move on to other games, so the amount of veteran and highly skilled players that you run into increases. Additionally, since most of the other players will have been playing since the start of the wipe, they will probably have much better gear than you, better armor to tank your terrible ammo, and better ammo to penetrate your terrible armor. Now, the flip side of that is that when you kill someone, it is way more likely that they're going to have good gear, which kind of speeds up your access to that gear. But it's definitely worth knowing that you will be at a disadvantage. If you are new to Tarkov, you are going to die a lot. But if you're new to Tarkov and starting late wipe, you're going to die pretty much every raid. However, the knowledge that a wipe is coming can actually liberate you from those frustrations. If dying a lot is the cost of learning no matter what, then why not do that towards the end of the wipe rather than towards the beginning? Who cares if you run your account into the ground if it's all about to get reset? This is where you learn the game. This is the practice round. So here are some tips that I would give to somebody planning on starting the game right now late into a wipe. First, I would say find some people to play with. This helps tremendously when you are new. Even if you want to end up being a solo player, the ability to ask questions on the fly or even have someone show you something you didn't know that you had questions about is huge. You also get the benefit of insurance, which is a mechanic in the game where you can kind of get your gear back even if you die sometimes, and playing with the team helps with that. And you also might find somebody that's been playing the game a long time and just has some extra gear or extra money lying around that they might want to help you out with. This is also a good time to shameless plug our Discord. That link is down below. We have over 23,000 people in there. We have guides who will help you with quests or run some raids with you. We have looking for group channels. We've got places where you can ask questions. It's a great place to be. The second tip I would give is scav all the time. Scavving is basically the game allowing you to inhabit one of the local AI in Tarkov. You get a free kit. It's almost always garbage. You spawn a little bit later into the raid, but it is a free kit. It is a free opportunity. You're not risking any of your personal gear. This is a great way to learn some of the different mechanics of the game. You can make some cash if your PMC needs some money. You can practice PvP without really risking any of your gear, and it's a great way to learn the maps. Speaking of learning the maps, that would be my third tip. Try to get a rough idea of several of the maps and then go back and try to master some of them. Map knowledge is one of the most important skills in Escape from Tarkov, and a lot of new players get caught in this cycle where they learn one map and they try and master it and learn everything, and then they get into this weird spot where they don't have fun playing other maps because they don't know them, and they have a lot of fun playing Tarkov on the one map that they know, so they just constantly play that one map. If you want to progress in Escape from Tarkov, if you want to get good in Escape from Tarkov, you need to learn more of the maps. So instead of spending all of your time on one, try to get a cursory understanding of as many as possible, things like the extracts, the spawn points, general points of interest, and then go back once you're familiar with most of them and try to, maybe master one or two of them and progress from there. The fourth tip I would give is learn the basics of the Ballistic System, which is how ammo and armor work. There are hundreds of ammos in this game, and if you just ask somebody what's the best ammo to use, they're probably going to reduce it all down to just use this ammo, but the problem is you probably don't have access to that ammo. So if you just get a general understanding of how it works, that equips you with the knowledge of when you go into a raid, or once you do get to a wipe, you kind of know what you should be picking up and what you should be leaving behind. Same thing with armor. Don't go too deep here. You don't need to learn the coefficients of the destructibility of each material of each armor. Just get a general understanding of how it works so that you can understand what you're going in with into your raid. And the fifth and final tip is really just play a lot and pay attention. There are too many things to learn in Escape from Tarkov for me to list here in this video. So just playing and paying attention to things that interest you, to questions that you have. If you feel like you're really struggling on this particular thing, then look up a video, go check out the wiki. This is the time where you don't have to feel like you're rushed. You don't have to feel like people are progressing way past you. You're just learning and paying attention. Now, I will say, if dying repeatedly and then getting your account reset doesn't sound fun to you, I totally understand that. Like I said, you really have to change your expectations if you're going to start late wipe. It's the practice round, and if that doesn't sound fun, then totally wait until the wipe to hop in. It's how most of us learned, and there are tons of people that picked up the game super quick and had really great first wipes. Ultimately, in Escape from Tarkov, there is a skill learning curve and a knowledge learning curve, and no matter when you start playing, you have to go through them both. In my opinion, you can use the last month or two of a wipe to get a huge head start in the knowledge learning curve. This is going to set you up for so much more success on wipe day. You are going to have so much more fun if you know what you're doing and you don't have to ask a million questions on that first wipe day. It's also important to know that the game is not perfect. I am in no way trying to sell you on Escape from Tarkov, and I don't get any sort of kickback if you buy the game. This game is far from finished, and it definitely has its problems. Watch some videos, check out some streams, and if you want to dive in, I do think now is a great time. If you do decide you want to hop in and you want to learn more about the game, I have hundreds of beginner guides. I have an hour-and-a-half long tutorial breaking down almost everything you need to know, and then I have dedicated videos for almost every single one of the systems in-game. You can also stop by my stream and ask me questions anytime. I stream on Twitch about 6 days a week, playing pretty much exclusively Escape from Tarkov. Thank you so much for taking the time to check out this video. If you liked it, think about dropping a like, commenting down below, or subscribing to the channel. Like we said, my Twitch and my Discord links are down below. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I will definitely see y'all on the next one.